Formatting Text and Data, Part 1. Most of the tools you need to format your worksheet are found on the Formatting toolbar, located here, and you'll also find them under the Format menu, selected here. The Formatting toolbar actually should be quite familiar to you if you use another word processor, especially Microsoft Word. Even Outlook Express gives you some of these formatting options for your email messages, especially when you create email messages that are based in HTML or a web-based kind of page. But let's review the Formatting toolbar to be sure you're familiar with everything. For example, here you have the font, so you can choose different font names by clicking the down arrow and checking different options. This is the font size, whether it's bold or italicized or underlined, whether it's aligned to the left or centered or aligned to the right, whether to merge and center two different cells, whether to add dollar signs for currency, percent styles, commas, to increase the decimal or decrease the decimal, to decrease the indent, to increase the indent, to add borders, and here you've got options that you can select, whether to fill an area with color, whether to add color to the actual font, and you can also click on toolbar options over here. Now let's look at the Format menu. Click Choose Cells from the Format menu, and you'll see that you have 6 different tabs, and these tabs are important. On the first one, Number, you select the type of information that you want to present here, such as general, number, currency, accounting, and you'll notice that you'll have options here to set how many decimal points, whether to use a particular type of symbol. You also have percentages and fractions, scientific, and so on. Familiarize yourself with these. You can also set up custom numbers. From the Alignment tab, you can make choices about text alignment or vertical alignment. You can opt whether to wrap text within a cell, whether to shrink the text within a cell to fit the actual cell size, whether to merge cells. Click any of these to enable them. The right to left orientation. You'll also see the indentation. You can opt here by clicking the up arrow or the down arrow. You'll also see the orientation on the page. You can modify the orientation, for example, as needed. You could change the degree of orientation, then text would appear at an angle. Under Fonts, you can make choices for font types, font style, whether it's regular, italicized, bold, bold italicized, the font size, if you want to make it bigger or smaller, whether to underline, whether to add color, whether to add effects such as strike through, superscript, or subscript. From Border, you can make different border selections. None, Outline, which outlines the actual border, or an Inside, which allows you to make selections, and then you can choose various border types. You can also add color to the border by choosing one of the colors here. Go to Patterns, and you can select both colors for the actual cells or selected areas, as well as patterns. For example, click the down arrow here, and you'll notice that there are a number of patterns that can appear. Under the Protection tab, we'll be talking more about this later on, but whether to lock cells or hide formulas is an option listed here. While that's not true formatting itself, it does apply to formatting, so it's listed under the Format Cells window. Now let's look through the rest of the Format menu. We'll go back here, and you'll notice that you have cells. You can select Height, Autofit, Hide, Unhide, Column, Width, Autofit, Hide, Unhide, or Standard Width. Sheet allows you to rename, hide, choose a background for the sheet, or specify a tab color for the actual sheet tabs here. And then there are auto format, conditional formatting, and style that we'll be discussing later in this chapter.